Seems pretty simple enough. Bob, is that what you're running on in Connecticut? And how big of an impact are these tax cuts, the wage increases, and the economy going to have on the midterms as a whole? I would imagine pretty big.
Yeah, the people in Connecticut are pretty upset. We've had 8 years of tax and spend from Dan Malloy, our Democratic governor, and you see what Art was able to do with President Trump and what that tax plan has done for the nation. We've got a very similar plan that I'm rolling out for Connecticut. Get rid of the estate tax, lower the income tax, and get businesses and companies wanting to come back to Connecticut. We've had taxes and spending, and we've got massive budget deficits, underfunded pension plans, but we can turn it around with solid tax policy and getting people to come back to the state and create jobs. That's what it's all about.
Now, I checked out your website earlier today. You know, Massachusetts used to have the nickname Taxachusetts, but you point out that Connecticut actually has higher taxes. Yeah. But one thing that I think might resonate a lot with Connecticut voters is this issue of eliminating the state income tax over 8 years. You just mentioned about lowering it, but you actually want to phase it out over 8 years. That's worked very well in states like Texas and Florida. It spurred economic growth there. You think this could actually work in Connecticut? Will voters approve it if they vote for you? And do you think other states will follow suit?
I think, it's been proven in Tennessee. By the way, they don't have a budget surplus for no reason. They've got no state income tax. It's working in Massachusetts. We've got a lot of benefits in Connecticut. We've got a very educated workforce. Our population is great. We're in the Northeast. We're in a great spot. But the tax and spend policy of these Democrats has been killing us. So we can absolutely chip away at that income tax. And as Art would tell you, it's going to create jobs. It's going to create growth. And in the long term, it's going to create tax revenues that gets rid of this budget deficit that we have right now. We can absolutely do it.
Of course, Bob, you're running in a state like Connecticut. Democrats kind of have a stranglehold on that state. Not unprecedented for a Republican to win there. Yeah. But, I mean, the economic issue really is resonating with people. Do you think this is going to be the deciding factor in this governor's race?
Absolutely. When you go through it, and I've been going out through the state of Connecticut, meeting with the different towns, they are really upset what this governor has done. They're tired of getting taxed like crazy. We've got hundreds of people moving to Florida every month to avoid a state tax that generates less than 1% of the revenue of the state. It's the classic example of the Laffer curve. Connecticut is the perfect example. We're taxing people to the point where they're leaving the state in droves. And there's a lot of good things about our states. We've got great universities, as I said. We can get people to want to be there, but we got to create jobs. We got to let people take home some pay, and we got to reduce the size of government, and we got to cut spending. All of those things can be done. I've done it in the private sector for 30 years. We can absolutely do it for the state of Connecticut.
That's another thing that might have a big impact on this. A lot of folks looking outside of traditional government roles to find their next leader. Bob, we wish you the best of luck. Art, great to talk to you as well. Thanks so much. And check out more on Bob's website, bobforgovernor.com. A great name for a guy running for governor as Bob in Connecticut. Guys, thanks for being with us today. Bob Stefanowski and Art Laffer.
Thanks for having us.